Especially because Arch Manning till 2026 at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
His pops, not even his pops,
His
his
grandpa.
grandfather. That's crazy.
All right, we are live.
Hey,
Let's
We are
go.
live. What up? What is good? Welcome to the show.
You.
We have a full trifecta, trident, trio,
Mm-hmm.
triage.
Holy Trinity.
Welcome back to Word Life, who's been off in Turks and Caicos for the last 2 months.
the horny
Hey.
Trinity.
The horny trinity indeed. Turks and Caicos with a stop in Bangkok.
Mm-hmm. Just to get my cock banged.
That's
You know what I mean?
right. Bangkok and Phuket and some of those other, wherever the rest of those prostitutes are.
Is it Phuket?
Jackson Heights.
It's what
Because they
Phuket?
used to. Is it? That's the way it's pronounced. Because they used to pronounce the club Phuket.
It's not French. Yes,
Okay,
it's
that's what I'm asking, dog.
It's Phuket.
Fouquet. Man.
Fouquet? A bouquet of flowers? All right, but no. So what were you saying about how much you don't care about Jackson Dart and what?
I'm just not.
World renowned New York Giants stan Word Life claims to not
Word.
care about Jackson Dart or the Giants, and I don't believe
Nah,
it.
it's not. It's not like that. It's more like if I gotta see Jackson Dart this year, everything went to shit anyway. So it's like I'm not trying to rush it. I really don't like. I'll be excited for him to see. I'll be a little bit tiny excited or interested. I should say is more than excited. I'll be more interested in watching him in preseason than anything else. Just interested, just to see what he does. I feel like he's not gonna do very well, but I don't. It's like I just like I said. If I see him this year, it's because everything went to shit and everything, and it sucks. So I don't really want to see him. I'm not like
Okay, but hold on a
rushing
second.
to.
Hold on
Go
a
ahead.
second, because that's why I said before we got started that one of
Uh,
those is a lie.
it's a lie. Okay,
Because
help
if
me
you're
with
saying
sports therapy.
if you're saying you think that it's going to shit, then that's an expectation. You say you don't have expectations. It sounds to me, you
Hmm.
sound like a person who expects it to go to shit. You already said he's not going to be good. That sounds like another expectation. And you very much sound like you care.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of protecting myself
Oh,
this year.
self-preservation. I got you.
Yeah, that's all it is. But again,
Because if you're
it's
wrong, it's good.
right, and it's also like, what do I really expect with the schedule and all that? It's like, I know I'm gonna get one or two sleepers in there, but does that mean I'm gonna lose one of the games that I'm supposed to win? You know how that shit go, man. So, but again, as far as like the Jackson Dart thing, like I'm not forcing or pushing or even like excited. The most I am is interested to see him in preseason. You want to throw him at the end of a game here and there? Whatever. That doesn't matter to me, you know. But as far as the Jackson Darts thing, it's like I'm not crazy about it. I wasn't crazy about it. I'm not crazy about it. If I had to put my chips in, he's not the guy. If
Okay.
I had to put all my chips in and say, okay, put all your money in, is this guy gonna be the next franchise quarterback? I'll probably put my chips in no, which is a safer bet.
Okay, so are you rooting for what are you rooting for? What are you hoping happens?
I hope the Giants can get to 6 wins somehow.
Because I know that this has been a very complicated
Yeah.
situation for you.
As a fan, I would want him to I would want them now before the season starts because this is when your fandom comes in and you want to have something to fucking cheer for, right? As that's starting to build inside me, pause. I'm like, if we can get to 6 wins, I'll be cool. I'm happy. If I could get to 6 wins, I'm happy.
Okay.
No playoffs, just competitive football.
But 6
But
wins in a 6-win season, does Jackson Dart start games?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he probably will. He probably will. You right. Damn, niggas froze. Did I freeze?
No, I'm just.
Oh,
No,
my fault. Yeah, you're right. I mean, with six wins, he's probably gonna play at some point. But if we play competitive football and we squeeze 6 wins out of it, I'm happy.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, there we go. That's the Giants' early training camp recap right there. Have we watched? Did you? I did a review of the Netflix quarterback series. I did a limited review because I didn't want to give too much away because Flex hadn't seen it yet. Have you watched it?
I've watched 1 or 2 episodes. I haven't watched all of it.
Any takeaways?
Um, no. Not that I remember. Nothing really stood out. I just wanted to get to finish it, but I didn't.
And Flex, have you watched any of it? And do you have any takeaways?
I haven't any more of it.
You haven't what?
What's your take on it?
Oh, we got the Matrix
Any
coming
more
again,
than
coming
the
at
last
you,
time.
coming at you,
The frozen tundra.
Mr. Anderson. Amazing. I still feel like my favorite part was the Jay-Z on the piano. That shit was so fire.
Jay-Z on the piano? What the fuck did I miss?
When Joe Burrow was playing Jay-Z on the piano.
Oh yeah, I did see that he was playing the piano. What
Yo,
was
y'all
that? Dead
niggas be
President?
lying, man. I'm tired
What
of
was
these
that?
lies.
Nah,
Did you
nah,
watch
nah,
it or
nah, nah.
no? I'm tired of
told
the
you
lies.
that was on the first episode, right? Where he was playing the fucking piano. I saw
Don't be
that first
lying.
episode. He was playing one of those. What was it feeling it?
Yes, thank you.
Come on, bro. I'm not lying. Nigga.
Nah,
I'm
man.
sit here and lie
Niggas out
for.
here lying.
I would not lie, bro.
I remember I said something to Flex about it, and his eyes kind of glazed over, and I was like, all right, I could tell he doesn't remember, he didn't see
Yo,
it.
you know
It's
how
the open.
I'm not gonna
It's
call.
it's like, isn't it the opening scene? How can you not see it if
You
you
know how
watched any of the
crazy I am,
episodes?
Okay,
though?
how could you not see it? But I brought it up, and you look like a deer in the headlights.
Because
you
it
know
doesn't
how
really, like, it doesn't really stay.
You know what's crazy?
I
when
wasn't
when
Go ahead.
excited.
Let him. Go ahead. Talk your shit. Go ahead.
Does it
You got it,
stand
big
out?
dog.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
wasn't.
Let's hear
It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't that exciting. I mean, it was just, to me, it was just like, it was just playing the piano was cool, but it's not that, not that big of a deal.
Fair enough. Okay. Go ahead.
When you said on the piano, my sick fucking head saw Jay-Z sitting on the piano rapping.
Yeah,
while
I could tell by your reaction.
Yeah, I'm thinking like that. But as far as the fact that it was feeling it was dope though. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it was a fucking reasonable doubt track is dope. Cause I wouldn't have pictured, like, if you would have told me, yo, what album is Joe Burrow gonna play?
You see all this that you have to say about it now. All of a sudden, this was the whole point of me bringing it up, but apparently it wasn't even worth mentioning.
No, but you mentioned it in that part.
You had to attack him. It's because you had to attack him first.
That's I gotta light fires under niggas sometimes.
Because I forgot the scene until you brought it up. So, but anyway, yeah, the fact that it was reasonable doubt. Because if you would have asked me, yo, what if you had to pick a song from what album, I'm thinking Joe Burrow probably picked fucking something out of Blueprint 3 and shit. You know what I mean? Like New York or some
Not
shit.
even that. I wouldn't even think he would go with Jay-Z. He's like fucking.
Right.
He's like 10 years
20.
old. He's not that. He's not old like that. Like Jay-Z's an
that's what I'm
old man
saying.
for him.
Right,
Like the fact that
right.
he's getting on the piano playing, feeling it. That shit. I was
Yeah, it
like,
was hard.
whoa. I did
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
I would not expect this fucking white boy from Ohio who's 10 years younger than us to be fucking dropping Jay-Z feeling it on the piano for no reason.
That's a fact. That's why it's ill. Definitely.
What songs? I'm trying to think what other songs would translate well in a piano form.
That
Still
president.
Dre.
Still Dre.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of Do you think that would be easy? Or I meant
You didn't
specifically
say
for Jay
easy.
Z.
You said what would translate into piano form. It's literally probably the most famous piano riff in hip hop history.
I mean, that's kind of cheating too. I mean,
This nigga
But
Flex has an argument for everything, bro. Everything. It's amazing. Why do I even answer these fucking ridiculous questions?
So
that's what you want, right?
So let me ask you: at the end of it, quarterbacks, were you hyped for any of those quarterbacks?
Yes.
Who?
Jared Goff is my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy, Jared Goff. Love Jared Goff now. I'm all in on Jared Goff now. That's my man.
Look at that.
That's my man, Jared Goff now.
Nice.
I fuck with Jared Goff. He's hard.
Now remind me, who is it again? It's Goff, Burrow,
And Kirk Chainz.
What up, cousin?
Cousins. Right.
Kirk Chainz. I thought it was interesting that how you get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes about everything that went down with him signing the big deal, and then them fucking surprising him with the Penix draft, and then him getting benched. I thought that was
that's
interesting
definitely
to see the what was going on behind the scenes there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
And that walk that he does is pretty interesting.
What walk?
The walk when he's just like the rehab that he's doing or whatever. Just that walk. It kind of reminds me of.
Oh yeah, didn't they play some song that he was singing a song and then they played the song? I don't know.
It was like a. What was it? It was just like a
one
was
foot
it like
in
a
front of the
railroad?
other
Yeah. Like a railroad, what you would like if you were in jail.
It was some goofy shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just like now thinking about it, like the way he walked, he kind of like that walk is almost like what Aaron Rodgers walk regularly used to be. Like when people like I remember when Patrick Mahomes used to do his fake Aaron Rodgers walk. It was almost like a walk like that, but I mean, obviously, Kirk Cousins is he's walking like that because he's favoring and his rehab on his Achilles, but
maybe it might have something to do with it.
It might have something to do with why Aaron Rodgers
what is that called? It could
got
be,
his Achilles.
Could be his what is it? His speed bridge.
Speed bridge.
That's what that shit was called, right?
That's the next Fast and the Furious movie.
Yo, speed bridge sounds. Anyway, yeah. So. I don't know. My big takeaway was that I love Jared Goff. That's my guy, man. I fuck with Jared Goff. The Hard Knocks. We're one episode in. Has anybody watched the first episode of Hard Knocks?
I seen that it's coming out. I actually gotta holler at you because I want to get back on there. I definitely want to start watching.
The password is remains unchanged. I don't know why we go through
this
every time.
I still have it. But I don't want to pop.
No,
I understand. I told you 100 times. Just use it.
The password is not remains.
Mine is yours.
The password does not remain unchanged. Just so we're clear.
But I understand. But pre-game though. Pre-game. I'm like.
I don't want a controversy to break out.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it funky though. I'm like, how dare I go on this fucking man's HBO Max and I dished out on 2 fucking podcasts.
No.
So I'm here right now. Damn sure I'm gonna watch that shit tomorrow.
Okay, you had to clear the air first.
I can't do it.
Okay,
I can't.
Well, if we're gonna really clear the air, and we're gonna bring offline topics online. The only issue I had was when you was watching Spy Kids, my nigga. That was all. That was it. When I signed in my joint, and now my algorithm's all fucked up because I got Spy Kids. Damn.
I know. A lot of them too.
All right, but I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks. Flex, you said you didn't watch it. You did watch it?
No. Like everything I've heard is almost like it's keeping you from watching it.
Dios mío. Why?
Who is it? Who is it? The Bills, right?
Why?
The Bills?
Either you want to watch it or you don't. Why who cares what
I know.
What
I mean, I hate Josh Allen. I hate the Bills.
All right, so
I hate Deion Dawkins.
You don't gotta watch it. All right, I watched it. I didn't think it was particularly revelatory or interesting. They didn't really do anything different, or it was, I don't know. I thought it was kind of whack. I don't know if they're gonna do more, like, as the episodes go along. They didn't really do too much. Well, the one thing I was disappointed in was, well, there was a lot of things I was disappointed in, but the thing that comes to mind is when they do the opening credits where the music is playing, and that whole shit,
right.
and they're doing all that, and I see they start showing the fans, Bill's Mafia, putting the face paint on. Like they're cutting from the fans to the players to the field. Not one time did I see anybody go through a table. Nobody was lit on fire. Nothing. I'm like, yo, this is a fake representation of the Bills fans. Right. If you just got them with face paint, I need a table. I need a belly naked. I need some. Yeah, like they didn't do none of that. They made them seem
a nigga tying his tie.
Normal and civil. Yeah.
You got a guy holding a door for a lady. Some shit.
Helping a lady cross the street.
They had what did they have? They had they talked to him real quick about getting married. He didn't really talk too much about that. He was just like, yeah, I think one of the producers was like, oh yeah, I'm getting married too, and he's like, oh, congratulations, and that was really it. They just showed like a picture of him from the wedding or whatever, but. And as far as I can't really think of anything else that they did like that was memorable. It was some Deion Dawkins. They showed Tre'Davious White coming back after a couple of underwhelming stints with, I think, Baltimore and the Rams. I forget where else he went. And they showed that was really it. They didn't really showcase anybody specifically, at least not that I can remember. It was just kind of bouncing around. It was a little Josh Allen. They did a little, I guess they said that they're one of only I think four or five teams that still do training camp at a college. So they were talking a little bit about that, and Josh Allen was like, it's good for the camaraderie or whatever. I don't know. They didn't really do much.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't really do too much. The one thing that they did real quick was they did a little thing on Josh Palmer, who I have forgotten that he even signed with the Bills. I have forgotten that he he left the Chargers and signed with the Bills. And I had forgotten that, and then like the fact that they showed him and they had him talk a little bit about how he's the, they brought him in to help the passing game, and he's there. He was like, they didn't make it to seem like it's a big deal that he's there, but just the fact that they even reminded me that he's sort of the guy that they brought in as, I don't know if he's supposed to be the number one receiver, number two, whatever, but to kind of buoy the receiving room. And I was like, damn, that's right, Josh Palmer went there. I was like, Josh Palmer's all right. Like if he can get kind of build up the same type of chemistry that he had with Herbert, he could be a decent weapon for Josh Allen when they don't really seem to have too many other weapons there. Obviously, we know what Khalil Shakir is, and I actually think Keon Coleman might have a chance to have a better year than he did last year. But obviously, they don't have any big time guys there.
He can't get any worse.
Right.
Well, he could get worse.
Would he be better than Palmer though? I think Palmer might.
That's just a shot at.
Well, I don't know because
I know.
Why, you thought he was going to be good?
Yeah,
that was his man.
One of my guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because like that's why I say it'll be interesting to see where Palmer falls in the pecking order of the receivers, because I feel like Khalil Shakir, he's kind of the number one, but he's also the slot, so his ceiling is only but so high. I don't know what kind of work or chemistry Allen has been building with Coleman towards it looked like they were kind of building something towards the end of the season, but obviously towards the end of the season the games get tougher, the defenses get tougher, the weather gets tougher, so we didn't really see a breakout. But I don't know, you got to figure that the coaching staff and the organization is invested in making that. He was he came in as the big receiver last year, and they have, I'm sure, an investment in making that work somehow. So how they're going to divvy that up, or, who Josh Allen ends up having better rapport and chemistry with, I guess, in training camp will probably dictate, who ends up being sort of like the number one guy on the outside, or
Right.
maybe it just ends up being an even split. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
feel like at
It
least
feels like
Coleman has an advantage just because he's already been there a year. But then Palmer has a little bit. He's more of a veteran, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
And
yeah. Yeah.
and I feel like he's also a different wide receiver from like what they have because
Who?
it's
Who? Palmer?
like no, well, Coleman. I'm just going back to the how you said you expect like a potential like for him to get better, but just because like it just seems like they have a lot of like names at wide receiver right now, like people that you've heard of, right? And like Elijah Moore, Curtis Samuel,
Oh yeah, him
like
too. They show him real quick on the. They
yeah,
showed
I
him.
feel like
Ooh,
those
more or
those
Samuel.
like well,
Moore
my
when they
point.
were when they were checking into the college, Elijah Moore was like trying to get his key or something, and they were showing Josh Allen, and like Elijah Moore didn't like, I don't know if he didn't see him or he didn't say what up to him, but then like Josh Allen like leaned in to like make eye contact, and he was like, oh what up, and like he dapped him up.
Hey, you're dependent. I'm. Remember, you need me for
Right.
for. You might want to pay attention to whenever I enter a room,
Yeah, exactly.
but uh, like I just feel like those kind of there's like even I would say even with Khalil Shakir, like not so much maybe the skill sets, but at the end of the day, because like how their size and like there's like speed receivers, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of gadgety players. I feel
hmm
like those are all kind of lumped in. Like that's where the depth is. But like
hmm
in terms of like a big, because Josh Palmer's what? He's like a 6 foot.
6'3", I think 6'2", 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, he is a six. Yeah,
I
sometimes
thought, I thought, I thought.
I confuse him with Josh Reynolds sometimes. But
Let me
I
double
just
check.
feel
I'm
like
not sure.
that's a completely different skill set for Keon Coleman, which is, you can't put Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir,
6'1".
and Elijah Moore.
Six,
Like
yeah.
obviously you can, but it just seems like, that's not something that many offenses do where they put a bunch of little guys like running around on the field.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could say with the Miami Dolphins,
Yeah.
but
Kansas City's
seeing
been
how that's turned
trying,
out.
trying, but it's almost like they're just trying to get as much as number two and number three receivers they can, and no, not have a
Hope one of
necessarily
them
have a
actually
one
breaks out.
and not have a one. It's like they're trying to do that shit. Like they're not trying to really have a one.
Yeah, but
You know what
I
I mean?
don't think that the Bills are not trying to have a one. I feel like they've tried many different times to get a one, and it just so happens that it kind of
No, you think so?
Well, they did
no,
trade
but
for
I mean
Amari
like they were,
Cooper,
they
and they
tried to
did
get
trade for
Amari,
Stephon
Right.
Diggs. So
They did. They did do that.
and also they drafted Keon Coleman, which I would assume is
Right.
the intention was
Attempt.
to have
Right.
him be a number one wide
Grow.
receiver.
Right. Right.
yeah, but we'll see. Maybe Josh Palmer ends up making a difference. I mean, he had some good moments with San
Yeah.
Diego.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
if he can even do as well as he did there, or maybe even take it up a level, that could be
Yeah.
he could be a difference maker there for them in the passing game. But we'll
And Allen's a
see
better
if
quarterback too.
a
I
better
would think.
quarterback than Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, be careful.
I don't know. I think I don't. I I don't think there's a question of whether or not he's a better quarterback. I just don't, in terms of a passer, because we're talking about Josh Palmer. Is he a better passer than Herbert? That I don't know. I think he's overall a better quarterback. I don't know if that's even could be disputed. But in terms of how
Passer,
it
right.
works, what's better for Josh Palmer, I don't know that going to Josh Allen is an upgrade. I don't know if it's a downgrade, but I don't know if it's an upgrade.
Wow.
I don't
Fourth
think of
quarter,
Josh Allen as a much better passer than Justin Herbert, if a better passer at all. I think
Nice.
Justin Herbert might be a better passer than Josh Allen, but I'm not sure.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that me too. I feel like I'm not sure, but I lean Allen. You seem like you lean Herbert.
I I'm not gonna let 1 year of Josh Allen not turning the ball over and throwing 100 picks confuse me. I mean, Justin Herbert
Right.
has been. I mean, we just go just passer. I mean, maybe if Josh Allen leveled up last year and this is what he is now, maybe. But I think what I've seen from Justin Herbert, again, just as a passer, not overall as a quarterback, but just as a passer, I feel like I can confidently say he's a better passer.
Right. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Flex, lean which way? To
I think it's an interesting take, because I could see depending on the wide receiver, what's better for a certain skill set. Somebody going down the field, getting open and catching those, Hail Mary balls, while the defense is breaking down. Maybe that's better for somebody like somebody to be paired with Josh Allen. In terms of like Justin Herbert, like you said, I think he might be a better passer in terms of like okay, like within the constructs of the offense. So if like for example, the wide receiver that he used to have, like Keenan Allen, where he's a guy that's working with timing and route running and everything like that. Well, yeah, that I mean, it
right.
worked. It worked
You said,
very
I think you
well.
said, I think you answered it when you said passer. You think Herbert,
Yeah, yeah,
so
because
you
it's like,
lean Herbert over Allen passing, just passing.
well, just yeah, like if we're talking like freaking, like at the Pro Bowl, and they're doing the target, like throwing the targets, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
I think that,
right,
like
right,
a thing like that. But if it's like, oh, a freaking obstacle course, and then you got to throw a 70-yard pass on one foot, you
right,
know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. You know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
I got you.
there's different ways to win the game,
Right.
and everything
Yeah,
like
but
that. But
but
if you're
but,
saying
but
like,
hold on a second. When I talk about somebody being a better passer, we're talking about
Well, in game.
in game, not running and throwing off of 1 foot. That's the whole point of
no,
me
no,
making the distinction.
yeah, of course, that's why I'm saying, like, if it was like, overall, all of this like flashy stuff, then yeah, you can. And overall quarterback, like you said, obviously that's Josh Allen because he's proven it. But Justin Herbert, he does more of the QB things.
Right. So then, as a passer, you lean towards Herbert more than
Mhm.
Allen. Because I found it interesting when I agreed with H when he said, "I'm not sure." Like I feel the same way. Like I'm not sure, but I guess because he's the overall better quarterback, I lean Allen. But as a passer, I still kind of just passing. I still kind of lean Allen. I want to lean Allen. I feel like I want to, but it's you know that's what I found interesting because I'm not
I
sure.
think I think their difference is just honestly because what they're similarly sized,
Right.
and I mean and in terms of like physical
Appearance.
ability, I feel like
Okay.
I feel like also, Justin Herbert, he's he's a gifted athlete as well in his own right, in
Facts.
terms
It's a
of
fact.
like moving around and everything like
Right.
that. I just feel like their only difference is just like the
Right.
mentality.
Mechanics
Like,
and right.
like, for Herbert just feels like, okay, I'm a quarterback. Allen just wants to be he's like a football player,
Right.
and maybe maybe that kind of leans into like why, Josh Allen's had his more success, because he's going to get it done however, he's going to get it done however it needs to be done,
Right.
as opposed to Herbert, which kind of just he's a quarterback.
Right.
I mean, he's had more success, but he's had a better team and better coaching. I mean, Justin Herbert has had.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
what Justin Herbert did in the first 3 years of his career with the terrible coaching and the coaching changes that he had, to me, that
Right.
right there might be enough to put him over Josh Allen, just because he was over there playing around with Anthony Lynn and
Right.
this bozo Brandon Staley, and he was putting up 5,000 yard seasons.
Right.
like his second and third years in the
Right.
league. Josh Allen's been in the league several more years. He has yet to put up a 5,000-yard season.
Mm,
Um,
there you go.
but
I mean, facts
that's a
are facts.
debate for another day.
Hmm. Right.
But we shall see.
Hmm.
So Bills, yeah. So speaking of Josh Palmer and wide receivers, I
Nice
did
transition.
the fantasy running backs that I'm not going to be likely to draft last week. This week I was planning on doing the receivers, but I was realizing that there's a lot fewer receivers that I feel like are misplaced or being overdrafted. And I also feel like there's a lot less clarity right now in the overall with receivers as opposed to running backs. Like I feel like we kind of know where most of the running backs stand across the league, who's going to be the lead guy in most teams, who's not, who's going to be short yardage, whatever. Like those pecking orders are pretty established for the most part. I mean, obviously you still have certain situations that are in question, but I feel like more so than I feel like there's a lot more kind of variation with the receivers that I don't really know what to expect. So I don't feel as strongly about saying I'm definitely not going to draft this guy at this spot. But I still do have my list. I don't feel as strongly about it, but I still do have guys, and some of them are layups. And this is why I say there's a lot of uncertainty because you have guys like. So well, let's get into it here. I'm gonna put. Let's see if we get this to work. I'm gonna turn the volume down so we don't blow anybody away. Can we hear?
Yeah.
Too loud or it's all right?
I think as long as you're in front of that mic, it sounds good.
All right. So, like I said, a lot of these guys, I'm not gonna go in order. I'm just gonna name off 10 names of guys that I'm staying away from for the most part. The first guy I will name will be Deontay Johnson. And I don't even really feel like I need to say too much about Deontay Johnson. I was just surprised that he's even ranked as high as he is. He was like a 150th overall ADP. That's like, late rounds. And I'm just like, why would anybody want to draft Deontay Johnson? For what?
Yeah.
He has not been professional for years, let alone good at football. He hasn't been a professional football player in many years, so that's an easy one. Brandon Ayuk is still getting drafted. Maybe his situation with his injury will be, we'll have more clarity on it in the weeks to come. We still have a long time to go before the season starts, but right now, at an ADP of 121, I just don't even want to touch Brandon Ayuk, like especially considering the way that the 49ers have gone about the injury disclosure. There's a lot of people that kind of overlooked the Christian McCaffrey calf injury at the beginning of last year, and then next thing you know, he doesn't fucking play at all, and it was just like they've lost my trust. So Brandon Ayuk, we know he had a bad knee injury, so that's already even if I was getting good reports about Brandon Ayuk, I'll be spooky about him. But the fact that these motherfuckers is missing in action, nah, I'm good. Stay away.
Yeah, thanks.
The other one's Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know how you could draft somebody on the Browns to catch passes. We have no idea who's throwing them. Is it going to be Flacco? Is it going to be Shador? Is it going to be Pickett? Is it going to be this other guy they drafted? Was it Gabriel? Who's the other guy they drafted? I don't even remember.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah, I want nothing to
Oregon,
do with
I
that.
think.
The Browns, the Browns are in tank mode.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel.
I'm betting on the Browns to finish with the number 1 overall pick and have the worst record in the league, just because I feel like Jimmy Haslam, Mr. Mr. Tennessee alum. Think he's got his eyes on a quarterback that may or may not be coming out of Tennessee. So that's gonna be a total stay away from me when it comes to the Browns. What were you gonna say?
I agree.
I thought Flex was saying something.
No, oh no, I was just like that would be crazy for them to be that bad again. And after drafting two quarterbacks, one high like one high profile like noise making quarterback, then draft another quarterback a year later. That'd be great. Obviously that's probably what's gonna happen based on the Browns' history and how they manage things. But just thinking of that before it happens is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the other. I'm glad that you brought that up because that's another thing that like we just chalk it up to as Browns, but drafting Dylan Gabriel, fine. If they would have just drafted Dylan Gabriel, keep it moving, whatever. You stash him. You didn't spend that high of a pick on him. We've seen plenty of guys take, mid-round quarterbacks on a flyer. But to then take Shedeur Sanders later on and act like you're hyped up about it, or not look hyped up about it, but pretend you're hyped up about it, and they showed the guys in the room, and it looks like they didn't want to draft him, which makes it seem like it was a fucking owner thing. What a mess. That whole shit is just a sloppy mess, which is even more the reason why, as much as you're 100% right, it would make no sense, and it's just crazy to even think that they're going to have another tank year after drafting two quarterbacks to draft another quarterback. The way that their goofiness has just shown itself makes me almost assume they're going to do the fucking crazy dumb shit.
Yeah. And also they do have that other first round pick from the trade back with the Jaguars.
There you go. So we'll see what happens there, but I won't be drafting any pass catchers from the Browns under any circumstances. Unless, well, I won't be drafting. Maybe if you tell me that, Flacco ends up, just feeding Jerry Jeudy and he has some type of fantasy relevance later on, maybe he's a waiver wire target. Maybe you keep an eye on him, on the waiver wire, but definitely wouldn't be wasting a draft pick on him. Other one for me is going to be Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin, I feel like we've played this Chris Godwin game for what feels like 5 years in a row. He's always coming back from an injury. He's always, a
on his way
hard
to an injury.
sneeze away from another injury, exactly. And they drafted his replacement, essentially. So I just feel like the fact that they drafted his replacement, there's also some kind of mixed reports about his progress coming out of Tampa Bay camp. So I wouldn't draft him.
Negative?
Well,
Murky.
There's similar lack of clarity. Yeah, murkiness and like he can practice, he can't practice. But one thing I just keep hearing about is that the dude that they drafted, I can't pronounce his name, but that he's
but that's what I was asking. Is the Mbuke word has been positive, right?
Yeah, the hype train has left the station. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm saying
Okay.
I would rather draft him, stash him later on, and hope that he ends up being, putting up Chris Godwin numbers.
Right. I think that's more logical. Where would you get? Where would you want to get Mbuke at?
Last
One
pick,
of those late rounders.
like last pick of the
Yeah.
draft,
Okay.
second to last. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't draft him any higher than that. But I would.
And it's
He's
so
somebody I'd
strange.
be willing to stash on a flyer very, very late. Like after I've gotten my defenses and kickers and shit.
So strange the allocation of funds like with the Buccaneers, because didn't they like I think the report was that he took less to stay, but I mean, don't you have the inside tracking? Like they've been drafting wide receivers for what feels like 3 or 4 years now, like decently high up, fourth or higher, and they've had players that have kind of not, I don't want to say broke out, but also that
Yeah, even
doesn't have,
McMillan was.
it could be
last year.
because that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like it just feels like they're in a position to where they wouldn't have to have all of this. It
Yeah.
feels like, and they just kind of keep doing it to themselves.
Yeah. I remember being shocked. I remember being like, really? They took him? I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's a stay away from me. I'm not super confident he's gonna come back and be productive ever. But so that's 5 down. The next one for me is Zay Flowers, and
Ooh,
I like Zay Flowers as a player, but
that's controversial right there.
is it? What's controversial?
Well, it just seems like, because it's him. Like he's always being sold as the number wide receiver, but it just doesn't doesn't show up at certain points, like when you need it to, like in terms of fantasy purposes.
Yeah, I had him on a team last year, and he can have really good games, but I think I was looking at his box scores from last year, and like there's just not enough volume in the pass game with the Ravens for me. Obviously they want to feed Derrick Henry. They obviously have not one but 2 tight ends they like to throw the ball to. Rashad Bateman is somebody who they just invested in financially, so they obviously have plans for him. And they also fucking brought in this Nuke Hopkins. I feel like they're always bringing in some dusty old receiver too. They had Odell Beckham kicking around over there too. I just feel like there's just I'm not gonna waste my Listen, he may be a guy you take him and he wins you a couple of weeks because he has a couple big performances, but you're really gonna have to keep your fingers crossed because the combination of the options that are available on the Ravens offense combined with the lack of volume that they just have in passing the ball.
Right.
Yeah, I'll let somebody else draft Zay Flowers.
Me too.
I'm good. And then we get to your boy, Cortland Sutton.
Uh-oh. Really?
Yeah. It's not that I hate Cortland Sutton. It's just where he's getting drafted right now. He's like in the mid-50s, like a mid-5th round pick, depending on how many players are, how many teams are in your league. For me, I feel like I could do better with a mid-5th round pick than Cortland Sutton. I don't know how much of a step Bo Nix is expected to take forward this year, but that's another offense that didn't have a ton of pass volume last year. And I don't know if that was because Sean Payton was protecting him, but I've never been a big Cortland Sutton guy. I feel like I've been hearing about Cortland Sutton and all he needs, for years it was that they needed to get him a quarterback. And then they brought in Russell Wilson, and he made a couple of, tippy-toe catches in the end zone. But he's never really fulfilled this promise of being this productive receiver. And I don't know if it's because of the quarterbacks or if it's because of the inconsistencies. I don't know what it is. But where he's getting drafted mid-5th round, I feel like I could get somebody who I feel is more reliable than the uncertainty of whether or not Cortland Sutton is going to finally be that guy. So I won't be drafting Cortland Sutton more than likely unless he falls considerably.
I also feel like Sutton like I don't really expect him to get better. Like I feel like we've seen his peak. Like
that's a good interesting point.
Well, that's exactly
like,
where I'm at. That's
there.
kind of
Like,
my point. Is that I feel like he is what he is. Like I feel like to draft him mid-5th round, you're thinking this is gonna be his best season ever.
Yeah, exactly. Which I feel like.
Well, I mean, also a lot of it has to do with the way he ended last season, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was on a streak of like I want to say at least eight weeks where it was just like he was just putting up legitimate wide receiver 1 numbers, but there's only so much you can count on in like an offense that's run by Bo Nix and Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. I feel like Bo Nix isn't a quarterback you can count on for, like returns to keep either going in a positive direction or count on it getting better.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he takes a big step.
I agree,
forward,
and I feel it.
Maybe they just blow up this year. Maybe it's possible. But I won't be the one investing in seeing if that happens. Who I might be investing in terms of Broncos pass catchers is your boy, the great former Giant Evan Ingram. That interests me. I'd be interested in getting him because he's getting drafted very late. But we haven't even gotten to tight ends yet. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves. But that's somebody who, if he continues to be getting drafted very late in drafts, I might be willing to take a chance.
Jimmy
on
Graham?
Exactly.
Question mark.
Exactly. There you go. And it's not like Evan Ingram hasn't. I mean, he's been productive. So
you just gotta do. Yeah. You just gotta put him in the position to do what he does best, not try to make him into something he isn't.
Well, you got to put him in a position that's not on the Giants. That's the position you got to put him in. Put him in a position where he doesn't have to wear a blue Giants jersey and he can be more productive. So the next wide receiver on the list is the hold out, hold in, hold on, whatever the fuck he's doing. Terry McLaurin, demanding a trade. I don't know, man. Terry McLaurin had a little bit of a breakout year last year, I feel like, or a comeback year, maybe, if you want to call it that, because we've seen him show flashes. Obviously, he finally got a quarterback. Obviously, he's been there kicking around with the dregs of Washington for several years, and he's trying to get paid, and I hope he does, and I salute him for it.
Trying to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, they just traded for Debo. Is that impacting their decision to be like, yo, we don't, like if they didn't trade for Debo, I think they pay Terry. I don't think that they're necessarily
they're already paying Debo.
Related. Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're not necessarily directly related, but if they didn't have another receiver that they felt like they could rely upon, then I feel like Terry McLaurin has leverage. Right now, I feel like Debo's presence there definitely diminishes his leverage in terms of negotiating and trade or whatever. I don't know what they're going to do. I haven't heard much about it, but right now he's getting drafted like about 30th overall. No way. I can't take a third. I can't take a third-round pick on a guy. I don't even know what fucking team he's going to be on. No, thank you.
And his mindset too.
And truth be told, even if they signed him today, I still wouldn't want to take him at that 30 spot. I could find. I'll take. Given all the considerations, the fact that, I mean, I think Jaden Daniels is the real deal. I think he'll be fine this year, but I don't think it's completely outrageous to have a little bit of protection from a possible sophomore slump. Right. Add to that the fact that they brought in another, bona fide wide receiver that's gonna at minimum compete for targets.
Exactly. Deebo Samuel's not somebody who's shy about making it known that he wants the ball, and he's gonna get the ball in different ways too. So even in areas where in from the 15-yard zone or something like that, are you gonna get one of those end arounds or screens to Deebo Samuel that's gonna end up eating into into overall numbers with Scary Terry? And again, going back to my point about the Bills wide receivers, he's not a big guy either. So, and I know he's good at contested catches, but he's not a guy that when you get into the red zone and you're gonna toss it up to him.
Yeah. You know what fucks with me with Washington is I've never been so like lost or confused about like running backs, like because now Debo's gonna want to play a little bit of running back. No, I know he bitched about it in Washington, but I mean in San Fran. But I think that was just like him trying to get paid more at the time, like saying that I do more than your regular wide receiver. But like he looks comfortable running the ball on the backfield, and what are they doing? Like I don't as much as I feel like they're thinking he's gonna be a short yardage, get him the ball quick and break tackles, but I feel like as far as running, he's gonna want to run.
No, man, he's not looking the way. I saw some videos of him in training camp. Man, he looks fat.
Yeah, he did look chunky. Fat. So let me ask you, H, real quick. My fault, and I just want to pick your brain a little bit. All right, so 30th, you said you're not taking a chance on McLaurin. Is there like two receivers you can give me that'll be there around there that you would prefer? off the head, or not? Is that too much to ask?
No, I'll look at the rankings right now. I remember when I was doing, when I've done a couple of mock drafts and shit like that. I've seen, sort of where people are going. I would say, who's going in that 30th range? Right around there, you got guys like Rashee Rice, you got Jackson Smith and Jigba, you got, depending on how the draft goes, Drake London is falling to around that
Really?
range, around the late second, early third round. Who else is around there? There's plenty of guys there's quite a few guys that I would prefer over Terry McLaurin in that range.
Okay.
And also I feel like even without all the other stuff that he said prior to this, Terry McLaurin has always been like a streaky wide receiver, game to game. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a wide receiver one and emerged as such specifically last year, but just like in a game to game, like he's not somebody who's like you're comfortable putting as your, as a receiver that he's gonna get you, 14 points.
Yeah, 100%.
Or like minimum.
100%,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
He doesn't have he definitely does not have the consistent volume of targets and expected completions to really make you feel confident. Like, he could give you a game where he's going to catch 4 passes for 120 yards and a touchdown. That's a great fantasy day, but it's 4 passes and it could be 4 targets. Like he very easily could go several games with less than 5 targets. And that's similar to, I put him almost in the same place where I would put Zay Flowers. Obviously, Zay Flowers is, he's projected further back right now than Terry McLaurin, but not really by I guess by a lot. But similarly, I feel like there's just not the volume. They're just kind of streaky, boom or bust. Just like Flex was saying, like he could have a big day or he could have a nothing performance. So I just feel like that's just way. Yeah. I feel like to draft him that high, you're similar to how they're looking at Cortland Sutton. You're drafting expecting him to be better than we've ever seen him be.
Right.
And I just
don't. Which kind of makes sense why makes sense why they haven't paid him yet, because I feel like they're similar. Like they're sitting in a similar spot, seeing the same things. Obviously we're looking at it from the approach of fantasy, but when you look at it, obviously that's what translates on the field. Intangibles, not including intangibles and on the field stuff, as well. But overall, it's just like, okay, seeing his streakiness, and again, you go back to it, which is why like wide receiver ones, they usually look a certain way. He's a wide receiver one, but he's the small wide receiver one, which, sometimes is able to be taken away from defenses, from the defensive perspective. So I think that's like probably one of the reasons why they're having that issue paying him, because he wants to be paid top 5 money, but he's not top 5 yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he is the number 1 though there.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and
is he?
He said he wants considerably more than DK Metcalf.
I would think so. That's why I asked it.
Going into this season,
I feel like it's definitely.
I mean, I would have to look at the numbers, but
not like
I think Debo has a more documented history of production than Terry. Obviously, there's many factors that go into it. He's been on a better team. He's had better quarterbacks, but
he does more.
I don't know. I don't know that I would immediately, if I have those 2 guys on my team, that I would immediately say that Terry McLaurin is number 1. Maybe, but I don't. I would have to think about it.
Think about it. Terry McLaurin has been the guy the whole time. Like, there hasn't really been another guy there that kind of eats at his stuff. when you're talking about Deebo Samuel coming from the 49ers. On the running side, it's obviously all the stable of running backs and Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, certain game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's also taking away from what he could have produced.
Yeah.
They don't have that when it comes to Terry McLaurin, you know?
Yeah. And just to answer your question about who are the other guys going at around that spot, on the NFL.com rankings I'm looking right now, the next few receivers right after Terry McLaurin are T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, Rashee Rice, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, Marvin Harrison Jr. I could probably make a case for all of those guys. I could probably make a case for all of those guys over Terry McLaurin. But I mean, if I wanted to argue high hopes on Terry McLaurin over some of those guys, I'm sure I could too. But there's a lot of guys there that I would just be more comfortable with.
Right, me too. Yeah, I like that. I like those guys you mentioned.
And
who probably didn't get, who also didn't get an addition on the team that could also take away from his overall shares.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah. And then last on the list is your boy, your fellow Jacksonville native, Travis Hunter. Now, you guys know for a long time now, and I'm not trying to shit on Travis Hunter. I'm not, but I'm a well-known and I am a Jackson. I am a Travis Hunter skeptic. I remain a skeptic. And I wouldn't draft him with the last pick. That's how skeptical I am. I would not take him with the last pick in the draft if he was there. I just don't. I don't. That would just be me being out of principle, just being a dick. That wouldn't be looking for value. But I really don't. I gotta see it, man. I like all this hype is just like it's great, good for him. I gotta see it. I gotta see you go out there again, especially with this whole bullshit that he's gonna be playing corner. I gotta see you go out there and cover Nico Collins one-on-one, man-to-man for a drive, and then immediately get back on the field with fucking Stingley all over you and make plays.
Yeah.
Show me that first, then I'll believe.
Yo, that's crazy.
Like, show me you doing those two things back to back, no rest. When I see that, all right, then I'll buy in. But when you like this whole niggas making it seem like this whole fucking playing offense, playing defense, playing corner, playing receiver, like that shit is easy. That shit is like, my nigga, this shit is not Colorado, bro. You ain't playing against BYU, my nigga. This is Nico Collins. This is Stingley. This is real deal. This is men. So I got to see it first before I buy into all the Travis Hunter hype, because this idea that he's going to be, you know, the comparison is Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders had a handful of snaps at receiver. This dude's talking about we talking about a guy being drafted for fantasy. Wasn't nobody drafting fucking Deion Sanders for no fantasy. Never. So
right.
And
I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm not drafting him. I'm not drafting.
And also when it comes to Deion Sanders, man, I mean, not that it's forgotten, but like in way, I guess it's kind of like swept under the rug to a certain extent. Like back at maybe it's because of this, because the game was more physical back then. But that's not who Deion Sanders was. He was famously the guy who didn't tackle. So it's not like he was taking a beating like on that side, like on that side of the field. You know what I'm saying? So. Like even Devontae Adams was on I forget what podcast he was on this week, and he was just like he was like literally like something that I did I don't know what
he was on the Max
but just like the well, because I don't know, but I mean I don't want to say it because he could have very well might have been on that one, but he was like brought up the concerns. It's like, yo, this is the way the game is played now, like going back and forth, like taking that beating, and the way the speed of the game and how physical everybody is right now. I know that the game is looked at as less physical, but when you have the physical specimens that are in the game now, it's like, yo, you're gonna run around the field and put that pounding on your legs, your body, and then turn around and do on the other side when you got people, you know, coming at you. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
Like
you're gonna go from
Yeah.
when I make it going up against Nico Collins and Stingley, it gets real. It's not he's playing both ways. It gets very real when
Yeah.
you put it that way and you realize
Yeah.
that's in the division. You're gonna have to deal with that 2 times a year, and that's not
Hmm.
even getting into the other matchups that you're gonna have. Like this shit is no joke, man. I almost feel offended that
Yeah.
it's just this assumption that this kid is gonna come in and just be dominant on two sides of the ball. Like going to what you were saying about
Nah.
it sounds like Devontae Adams was giving voice to just like that. This shit is not easy out here.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Especially like because he's just looking at it from like what shit that he has to deal with, and it's like okay, he has to deal with that, and then also has to deal with the other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like I don't know, and also have to deal with like you know Derek Stingley, right? He's getting up in your grill, he's aggravating you. Like part of the game, like in a game like Jalen Ramsey, part of his game is to aggravate you, get you angry. So now you have him getting you angry, right? On one side of it, and then you have some other, let's say Malik Neighbors or fucking the other side because that's their game as well. So it's like, yo, dog, this even like the mental of it, I feel like isn't something that's really being like thought of to a certain extent. And it's like, yo, this dude went from like the reason he was being a top draft pick was because, and also the reason that he was, let's say, the reason to me, the reason that he was the Heisman Trophy winner more so, like the position, the side that he was better on was cornerback, right? And now it's like on the like on the depth chart for the Jaguars, he's cornerback number 4, but wide receiver number 2. It's like, yo, hold up. When did it switch that he was a better wide? When did he become a better wide receiver than a cornerback? When the whole time the point was he was he was a he had the potential to be a top 5 cornerback and a decent wide receiver. Now all of a sudden he's wide receiver 2 and the 4th cornerback on the Jaguars. It just doesn't like I feel like that's part of the confusion when you draft a player like that and like at that high like in that high profile where it's like
Hmm.
it's like you have to figure out the mental part of it as well. Like not just the physical. It's like, oh, okay, I got to sell this to the fan base. He's got to be a wide receiver too now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
two we traded 2 first round draft picks. It's almost like, oh, now we got to prove why we did it. So it's like, oh, but let's taper the expectations on the cornerback side, so people don't think that, if something happens on the cornerback side, that he's being a disappointment. But on the wide receiver side, we got Brian Thomas. He's a stud, so he can kind of like fall back on that. It's like I just feel like I think the whole time we underestimated the small like the minutia of all how all of this is going to work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're 100% right, and I'm glad you brought up the mental part because the other part that I didn't even bring up, yo, Sauce Gardner is spending all week watching film, picking up every intricacy of what Nico Collins is doing in order to try to lock him down on Sunday. So you mean to tell me Travis Hunter's going to be doing
Hmm.
that and digesting all the offensive playbook as well? All right, good luck. Show me.
Crazy.
You got to show
Yeah.
me. That's all I'm
Ben,
saying. I'm not
ben
trying to
para
be a
Craig.
hater. I'm not trying to be a hater. I really do wish the kid the best, but I'm not in the
Right.
whole camp of that. Just assuming I can't wait to see this kid. He's gonna be so electric and he's gonna be tearing it up. Like nah, all that. This is not Colorado State, bro. I gotta see it. I gotta see you. I gotta see you really play with men and lock shit down the way that niggas is saying. Because until I see it, I'm not sold.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that is my wide receiver scary list. And then the last thing I wanted to throw at y'all was I did a little deep dive over the weekend while I was fasting. I was trying to stay locked in, trying not to think about the crunch berries I could be eating. I was trying to lock in, so I did a deep dive
Blueberries.
because I was curious to look at I was trying to think about what teams I want to bet on this year in terms of division winners, to make the playoffs, to miss the playoffs, all that, just to sort of the team outlooks, right? So I was looking at how many teams on average on a year-to-year basis, how many teams turn over from playoffs. So how many teams that made the playoffs last year missed the playoffs or make it again next year, or how many teams that made the playoffs miss it the next year?
Don't.
Say again?
No, like don't. Like the opposite.
Yeah,
Like,
don't. Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're trying to say like that make it. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So obviously, the last 5 years we have added another playoff team, so it makes it a better chance for teams to make it back to the playoffs. If you had to let's start with this. If you had to guess how many teams that made the playoffs last year, how many teams you think will make it back this year of all the 14 playoff teams? Just if you had to throw out a number. Don't think too much about it, just if you had to guess. Because there's no right answer, obviously, because we don't know yet.
Right.
What did you say, 9?
You said
Yeah.
9.
Okay, you're going
I'll
with
go
9.
7.
You're going with 9. You're going with 7. Okay. So I will tell you this. Last year was 10. Other than last year, it's never been 9. There's been a handful of times it's been 7
So
and
there
8.
was a wrong answer.
No, it's not a wrong answer.
Just
There's been a handful of times where 7 or 8 teams make it back, but for the most part, it's usually around 5 or 6. Now, again, this is going back. I went back 25 years. I went back to 2001. So, obviously, the last 5 years, I'll tell you the stats for the last 5 years. Last year, 10 of the 14 teams that made the playoffs last year were in the playoffs the year before. Before that, it was 8. Before that, it was 7. Before that, it was 7. Before that, it was 7. So, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 10, the last 5 years since we've had the 14 playoff teams. Before that, 7, 5, 4, 6. So, just to give you an idea, I think we're trending up towards teams having a better chance to make it back. But even so, in the first 3 years of the 14 playoff teams, it was only half. It was 7 for the first 3 years. So you went with 9. What was your guess that you said will make it back next year?
7.
7.
Right.
So what I was trying to do, I was trying to say if I could just find 5. If I could find 5 teams, and if you could, you can go on to DraftKings or FanDuel or any of these sites, and if you could just if you think you can nail 5 of the 14 teams that are going to make it back and parlay them, you can make a nice coin. So, so I was just trying to think about which of the teams have the best chance. I was trying to see if I could rank the teams, all 14 playoff teams, from who I think has the best chance to make the playoffs this year to which team which I would probably assume wouldn't make it or have the best chance to fall out of the playoffs this year. So, if we just go over the 14 playoff teams from last year, we had Detroit, Green Bay, the Rams, the Eagles, Commanders, the Vikings, Tampa Bay. Those were the 7 NFC teams. Then in the AFC, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Chargers, Steelers, Broncos, Houston Texans. Out of those 14 teams, are there any that immediately jump out to you? I definitely expect them to make it back to the playoffs, or I definitely don't expect them to make it back to the playoffs?
I got 2 that jumped out that said don't.
All right, what do you got? Let's hear it.
I thought it was
Make
Minnesota.
Make the case. Minnesota.
I thought it was, and then you said shit. Who was the other team? You said fuck.
I guess they didn't jump out that far.
Was it Denver? Denver maybe?
Denver?
Yeah, they might have been Denver.
Okay. So if you got to go with one, if you got to pick one team from each conference to of those teams that made the playoffs last year to miss this year, those are the two you're going with. You're going with Vikings and Denver.
Yeah.
All right, Flex. What about you? Anybody jump out? And if you had to pick one from each conference to miss, who would you take?
I'm going to go with the Vikings as well, only because of the upheaval at the quarterback position.
Right.
Okay.
And by all accounts, it just seems like what's coming out of there with JJ McCarthy isn't, they're not rave reviews. And I'm having issues between the Broncos and the Steelers because I feel like both of them have the same obstacle when it comes to like their division. Um, I'd probably go with the Broncos only because of, even with the Raiders, I feel like they're not going to be the pushover that I don't want to say pushover, but they're I feel like they're going to be a lot uh I don't want to say better, but closer to like like that average team as opposed to like the below average team that they were last year that I feel like they're just going to be more of a they're going to win more of those games that more close games with Geno Smith as opposed to the hodgepodge that they had at quarterback last year.
So you agree with me, basically. Denver and Minnesota.
Okay. So if you had to pick two teams that you feel most confident will make it back to the playoffs.
Run them. Run. Well, I guess I'll just go with what.
You want me to read it? All right, I'll read them off to you again real quick. In the AFC, you have Houston, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, LA Chargers, and Denver. In the NFC, you have the Rams, the Packers, the Lions, the Bucks, the Vikings, you already ruled out, the Commies, the Eagles.
Oh, man, I don't want to say Kansas City, but it feels like uh, I'll go Baltimore. I'll go Baltimore and Eagles, but just to not say the Chiefs.
Just to not say the Chiefs for any particular reason, or
Um, it's just like or an answer. I feel like, but yeah, I guess you could put the Chiefs, whatever you want.
no? I just wanted to know if you had a football reason.
Okay, so yeah, so like
it's
if I had
not.
a yeah, no, I just think
It could just be a hunch. A hunch is
it's
fine.
more
If you
just
just
not
feel
to be
like maybe they're the window's closing, that's fine. I was just asking.
no, yeah, I'll go Eagles and Baltimore.
Okay, and Flex, if you had to pick two teams to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles in the NFC because of I feel like
Hmm.
and on the AFC side because I was thinking the Bills and the Chiefs and I was like, oh, okay, if what team would be better if something happened to the quarterback? And I think both teams would not be that good, but I think the Chiefs are better coached um with Andy Reid and no, not Spags. Is it? No.
Yeah,
This guy.
Spags. It is Spags. Is it?
The Chiefs and
Spags
who?
V?
What team?
Oh, it is okay.
You
Yeah,
talking about the Chiefs?
No,
Defensive
it's about
the
coordinator for the
defense.
Bills.
Chiefs?
Oh,
I feel like yeah, I think that yeah, Spags. I feel like they're better if something were to happen to their quarterbacks. I feel like the Chiefs are in better position to at least punch above their weight class given the coaching. I don't have that same confidence in the coaching with the Bills.
the Chiefs and Eagles.
I I mean, you're not wrong. I just feel like if we're talking about if we're assuming if we're factoring a potential quarterback
Playoffs.
injury, I feel like neither of them have a chance. Neither of them are making the playoffs if they lose their quarterback. I don't give a shit. Andy Reid is not pulling a fucking quarterback out of his ass to coach the
I
Chiefs.
don't even know who's the backup. Is it still fucking Henny over there?
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
but I guess like it goes back to the
they had the redheaded bomber over there for a little while. I forget who they got now though. I don't think they don't still have this guy Wentz.
I just feel like
man.
when you bring that into account, that makes it less plausible. You know
Well,
what
that's
I'm
the thing.
saying?
For
Like I
me, it
just
would be
feel
more about who's the backup quarterback than the coaching. For me, it would be more about if I'm thinking about a potential a quarterback injury. Who do I feel has a better chance to survive a quarterback injury and make the playoffs? I also feel like teams like Buffalo and Kansas City. Not that they wouldn't want to make the playoffs, but if their quarterback goes down for the year, the franchise goes down for the year. That's those guys,
Right.
those quarterbacks are such franchise guys that I would think more of a situation, again, where you have a little bit more competition, a little bit more of a competent quarterback, a competent backup quarterback. Those would probably be the places where I would think more of they might, or also not even like a team that's like not a Super Bowl contender, I think would have more value and really trying to push to still make the playoffs without their star quarterback. I just feel like those two there's a couple of teams
because
that
even
they
the
lose their
morale
quarterback,
of
the season's over. I don't even like the air just comes out of the whole franchise. I don't even think they want to make the playoffs anymore. I mean, obviously they do, but you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like a team like a team like Denver, if Denver loses Bo Nix, I don't think they scrap the season. Whereas I feel like if the Chiefs lose Mahomes or if the Bills lose Allen, it's over.
Right.
I almost even feel like
yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just gonna go with the Chiefs just because also like their defense I feel like is better anyway.
Right.
So you went Chiefs and who?
Eagles.
Chiefs
Which
and Eagles.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the
Real
Bills.
bold choice there, Chiefs and Eagles.
No, because
Who
the
you
Chiefs.
going?
No,
You
I'm
going
gonna go
with
with
Bills
because of
over the Eagles?
Bills now.
I'm going with the Bills. Yeah, because also
The team with the best
the
chance to make the playoffs, according to the odds.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bills and
And
Eagles.
last question.
Because if because the
All right, I don't need your
because of the
explanation. You
divisions.
explained enough. All right. Last question. And then if you had to take, let's just go with two of the teams that didn't make the playoffs to replace the two teams that we're saying are not going to make the playoffs. If we're going with Minnesota and Denver, that's one from each conference. Let's go one team from each conference that didn't make the playoffs last year that would be your best bet to make the playoffs this season.
Ugh. Shit.
And I'm not going to read off to you all the names of the teams that didn't make the playoffs. There you're on your own.
Yeah, I know. Damn it, that sucks.
Well, the obvious one is in the
that's
AFC.
I don't know if you got the same. I'm the Bengals.
There's an obvious one? Okay, the Bengals you saying is that the obvious one?
Not obvious. I don't think it's that obvious because
Yeah.
they're the Bengals. But yeah, I guess because the quarterback.
Well,
That's probably the best quarterback didn't make the playoffs. So I'll go Bengals. And then who do I like that did not make the playoffs in the AFC? Oh shit.
Bengals are AFC.
Rams
You're looking
made
NFC.
I mean NFC, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Green Bay. Damn it. I don't want to say that fucking team.
What team?
I don't want to say it because then you guys are gonna label me that my team for the fucking rest of the season. I'll go Atlanta.
Oh, the Falcons.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this guy knows me very well, huh?
Well, I was just trying to because at first I was thinking you were gonna go with like a hated rival, but then I was like, there's two of them that was already in the playoffs, so the only one would be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking you would go with the Cowboys. But
yeah,
that's
what I
I thought Cowboys, but
Southern team.
Yeah, there you go. I'll go Atlanta. Fuck it.
All right, so you're going Atlanta. and Cincinnati. All right. And Flex, are you going with the same?
No, I think I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think I have
Ooh,
more.
the Bears.
Ah,
The Bears.
Chicago.
Yeah, obviously, that's not really
That makes
taking.
my Atlanta pick feel a lot better.
All right. So,
I mean, that's not really taking into the divisions into account, but whatever.
all right. Well,
So
that's the last thing we're gonna close with this. The homework assignment will be over the next week. Think
Mhm.
about this. Think about the divisions. Think about the schedules, and rank from 1 to 14. All 14 teams that made the playoffs, from 1 being the best chance to make it back, your best bet to make it back to the playoffs, to 14 being your best bet to miss the playoffs. I've already ranked them, but we'll save it for next week. We'll all have our rankings going into next season of last year's playoff teams and what we expect from them going into the 2025 season. And then from there, we could try to come to a consensus on who we all kind of agree. We all kind of have them at the top. We can come to a consensus who we all kind of agree are the most vulnerable at the bottom. And we could try to put together a parlay of maybe, because I was looking on I don't know if DraftKings lets you do this, but I was looking on FanDuel. Like, you can parlay like 3 teams to make the playoffs, 3 teams to miss the playoffs. And we could, I already placed a couple of those bets based on the rankings that I did when I was doing this whole exercise. And you can get like $20 to win like 2-3 stacks. So,
Yeah, I just did it real quick on DraftKings. I tried to put 3 and 3, and it wouldn't let me.
well, you can't. I don't think
No,
you
it
can
just
put.
lets you do one size.
I don't think. Wait, say again.
No, it just let me. It didn't let me put both sides.
Is Mr. Anderson coming to get you, or
they
is it
said
me?
didn't put both sides. I heard it. I heard it. It was a little robot-y, but he did say both sides. They didn't
What's
let him put
both
on both
sides?
sides.
There's fine people on both sides.
No, to make and to miss.
Oh yeah, you can do it, but you just got to be careful. I don't think you can do the same division. You would have to really break it down by
Oh, okay,
division. Like, you
gotcha.
can't do Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots to miss the playoffs. Like, you won't get odds for that.
Gotcha.
I think you have to do
Okay.
each team. You got to like really break it down. So that's what I'm saying. We could take a look at it. We could try to rank and see how we feel about it over the next week, and do it division by division, and decide who are gonna be. I don't know if you want to do. We could do 2s. We could do 3s. We could even do 5. However you want to do it, but we'll try to come to agreement on a little stack of because I was thinking, because you could do. I was trying to come up with a whole bunch of clever ways to put together bets. Like, I put together a bet of just both the Browns and the Saints to finish last in their divisions. If you parlay those 2, you get plus money. And I was thinking, like,
Mhm.
I like that bet. I don't see how either of them don't finish last in their divisions. And obviously, we're just talking about plus money. We're not talking about some crazy parlay. But I'm like, yo, I feel confident in that shit that they both lose they're coming last in their divisions. Like I already said, I don't think the Browns want to win. And the Saints are a mess. They're the only team in the
You feel like
division.
you feel like the Saints will be last more than the Giants?
The division, not the conference. The division.
No,
Out
in
of
the
4.
division. I'm talking about
Out of
in
4.
the division. Yeah,
The Giants
I
are
know.
not in the Saints division. So you don't know what I'm talking
No, but I'm saying about in their no, I'm saying in their division.
about. They're
The
guaranteed to
Giants
come
are not
last?
more. I feel like
Or you think the Giants are more likely to
yeah, in
come
their
last in
division.
the NFC East than the Saints are to come last in the NFC South?
Right.
No.
I'm
Who the
asking you
fuck
that.
is the
Yeah.
Saints quarterback?
Wow. Okay. Good. Right. Shuck.
Shuck. Oh, shucks.
Nah.
Oh, shucks is a good one.
And
Sunday
I know
shook.
you want to. I know you want to try to play this weirdo fucking shit that you're doing with the Giants. The Giants are not devoid of talent. Who is the talent in the Saints? The Saints are an old, rebuilding team.
Even the rookie
And
is
they don't,
old.
and they have a new quarterback. They have a new head coach who we haven't even
point.
seen. The Giants are under a must-win fucking mandate.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I think the Giants are definitely not going to be in last, but I think they have a way better chance with Russell Wilson. If they can keep those pass rushers healthy, they have a way better chance to come in not in last in their division over the Saints, in my opinion. I don't even think it's close.
I'm glad. No, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm thinking
Yeah, I mean,
schedule.
I think the debate. I think the debate comes in when
When you talk about how good the other
you're
teams are.
comparing. Yeah, I guess when you compare the Carolina Panthers and let's say the Dallas
think every
Cowboys.
team in the NFC South other than the Saints is better than the Cowboys. I think, I mean, the Panthers were feisty towards the second half of last year. I think the Panthers. I think the Panthers could be better than the Cowboys and the Giants. I think the Falcons. Of those three teams, I could easily make a case that those three teams in the NFC South are better than everybody in the NFC East. Or that they're all better than the Giants and Cowboys in the NFC East. I mean, obviously not better than the Eagles or the playoff teams.
Right.
Like, I think that competition-wise, I also feel like the Saints are far and away behind. Like, obviously the top of the division, the Eagles, but you only got to play them twice. Like, I give the Giants a better chance to pick up wins against the rest of the league than I do the Saints. Who's their quarterback? Their coach is a guy I don't believe in, and it's just the aging of their wide receiver is a warm breeze on his head away from being in a fucking wheelchair for the rest of his life. Alvin Kamara is at NASCAR fucking events. He's 100 years old. I mean, what are the Saints doing? Who do they have? Where's their strength?
Right. They trade away the best corner.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do they have a strength? I could point to strengths for the Giants. The Giants have a guy who could maybe be the best receiver in the league. They have a legitimate pass rush.
Defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie of the year candidate.
Yeah, they got talent. They got real talent. I mean, I don't think it's I'm not trying to argue for the Giants to win to win the Super Bowl, but I could make a case for certain things with the Giants. I could not find anything to have hope in with the Saints. So anyway, but that's why. So I was trying to put those bets together. I was thinking, like, there was a couple other creative little things I was looking at. I already told you I placed a couple bets on the Jets just because I felt like they were way too undervalued. I don't think that there's any reason that they should be picked. They should be, in terms of the odds, that they should be more likely to finish last over Miami. No way. Right. I don't even think Mike McDaniels is going to last the season. I think he'll be fired before Christmas, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Crazy.
So, but anyway, so there it is. We're gonna try to put together a nice playoff repeat parlay for next week. I'll probably do tight ends and quarterbacks next week. Knock them out 2-1 since they're all. Oh, and Flex, real quick before we forget. You had your what's this list again for sleeper running backs, or what was it?
Top 5 handcuffs, remember?
Oh, handcuffs. Yes. My bad. Top 5.
Wait,
handcuffs.
that actually just reminded. There was a dude at Planet Fitness. There was a dude at Planet Fitness that reminded me of. He doesn't look like exactly like Mike McDaniel, but he reminded me of Mike McDaniel so much that I had to take a picture of him.
No, he didn't. Fire.
Yeah, like something about him. He had the Mike McDaniel's Mike McDaniel energy. So I don't know. I sent it to the chat. I don't know.
Mike McDaniel
I don't know if I'm off
has
base.
very much Planet Fitness energy.
Yeah.
That is great. I don't
This
even need
guy's
to
big.
see
Did
it.
you get the
Yeah.
pic?
Oh wow! Look at yo. Look at
No, my
Miami
son.
Mike and Planet Fitness.
Nah, that's a rubber mask, though.
What?
He got the weird ugly beard and everything, yo. Wow.
Yeah, that's what it was, and like the goofy glasses
Hell yeah. All he needs is
and
if he
shit.
just had his
Yeah.
pants up a little higher, show a little more ankle, it'd be money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was getting
Wow.
them right at the
Nah,
gym.
son
That's
got a
why.
mask on. That's them fucking silicone Mike McDaniel mask.
Yeah, the, AI joints.
Nah, son look creepy, bro. Stay away from that man.
All right,
All right, wait,
so these are top.
let me put the music back. All right.
All right. Well, as we all know, in when you get to the fantasy draft, all the big names they go up high, and then it's pretty much scrambling to see, who you think is in best position for somebody ahead of them to get injured, basically. And I put together a top five of handcuffs. It's not necessarily, a staple, running back number one, number two. Some of these are going to be in split backfields, but if the other guy goes down, the history of the other guy, or just vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, when you get to fantasy draft, after you get to like round 6, 7, it's pretty much a vibes thing for the most part. So, I got a couple outside looking in. These are a little bit, you could say it's kind of a toss up of who's the RB1 to begin with. But my first outside looking in running back, Cam Scatterable. I think
That doesn't count. You want to talk about cheating?
Bobby.
That's cheating.
I know. Well, yeah. Well,
That's the
well,
first-
I- when
He's
you- when
he's
you
the
say this,
projected
it's kinda
starter.
cheating.
How's he a handcuff?
Is it?
Every draft
don't
rankings,
think
I've
he has
seen
a
him
def-
ranked higher than Tyrone Tracy. How's he a handcuff?
Well, but I don't, because it's still a toss. So I mean, I'm just going by, like I said, this is outside looking in.
All right, my number one
This is-
handcuff is Derrick Henry.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good. I mean, I might have to take your
And then
advice
right
on
behind him, I'm going with
that. All right, the other outs.
Bijan
I
Robinson.
have two more. Ah, okay. All right, so maybe this one's a little bit better. That's why he's the last outside looking in. There's
Right.
three. So Jalen Wright. We talked about this
It's a
in
good
terms
one.
of in terms of Devon Achan, and also what your man Tyreek Hill was saying. Maybe putting that out there in the position that Mike McDaniel's in. Maybe he's probably more likely to kind of like be reactionary in terms of like what other people are saying. So Jalen Wright, I mean, he's not great anyway, just because of Tyreek Hill in the red zone as well. So outside looking in. The other one, Travion Henderson. This is because I feel like there's a murky situation with
This is still outside
Ramondre
looking
Stevenson. Yeah, those are that was the last one. It's kind of like a situation
a
where
lot.
there's
I
two
thought-
kind
I
of
would've thought he'd be higher.
RB1s. Well, I just mean because he actually might be the starter. So, with Ramondre kind of in, I just feel like Travion. I saw like something happen in camp yesterday, I think, where Travion Henderson ran somebody over and kind of got into a fight, and even Mike Vrabel jumped in. It just feels
Oh
like
yeah, he got bloodied
that
up.
kind
Right?
of situation kind of makes me. Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like he's a Mike Vrabel guy,
Hell yeah.
and that's kind of that's gonna be a big plus on his side when it comes to like getting down into the red zone, who he's more likely to give the ball to. I feel like Travion Henderson is sneaky in that regard.
Mm.
All right. So the top five. Number five, Tajay Spears. Um, I feel like Tony Pollard is a running back one in name, and he's obviously going to get he's going to get the chance to be RB1 because of the contract, everything like that. But I just feel like when you got a young running back who's kind of a bigger back, and you have Tony Pollard, the smaller back. Obviously, he was in the RB2 when he was over in Dallas. I just feel like he gets hurt, and Tajay Spears is going to be a workhorse, but he's still going to get his touches, regardless of what the situation is during the flow of the game. So I feel like he's a solid guy that you want to pick up. Yeah, you disagree? You feel it's stinky? Okay, no. So no, tell me because this is how we learn. So
No,
what do you
I just
think?
disagree. I'm not trying to hate.
Right
I just
there.
disagree. I don't. First of all,
You don't think he's?
First of all, you're drafting Tajay Spears in fantasy. That's what you're telling me.
No, I can't draft all these running backs. I'm just saying,
I
in the right
cannot make any
situation.
kind of argument for having Tajay Spears on my team because if first of all, Tony Pollard, they brought him in there for a reason because he likes Tony Pollard because he coached him when he was with Dallas. That's why they brought him over there and paid him all that money. If you're banking on an injury, that's a whole different story. Maybe Tony Pollard can't hold up and he gets hurt. But I don't think that the Tennessee offense is a plug-and-play type of situation with the running backs anyway. So if you tell me Tony Pollard gets injured and misses the whole season, I'm not going to assume, okay, well, I guess Tajay Spears has his chance to shine and he's going to produce. Then I think the Titans' running game is dead. That's what I think. I don't think Tajay Spears is that good. And I don't think that the Titans' whole overall running game infrastructure has not proven to be that good to just absorb a backup running back that way. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that happens. I don't know. There's no way I want anything to. Tajay Spears is not getting drafted in any leagues. I see the Henderson thing because I think even with health, I think that you could expect that he's shown something. He's shown something, and he's a rookie guy. Like all the cases you were making, 100. That's why I said I'm surprised he's not higher on your list because I see it with Henderson. I think that Henderson could supplant Stevenson as the starter, even if healthy by the end of the year, if he plays well. And that, we don't know necessarily what that Mike Vrabel New England offense is even going to look like. We've seen the Tennessee offense already so far. I've seen Tajay Spears before, so I just feel like you're asking a lot, but it's just me.
Well, that's why he's number 5, and he's
all right, well,
supposed
when
to
we
be
get
all
into
our
the
eyes
fantasy,
and,
when we get into the draft room, I want to see this draft pick made. You better draft Tajay Spears.
No, he's number
so
5.
confident
That means I have 4 ahead
this
of him.
must-have
All right,
handcuff.
pal. All right. So number 4, Jordan Mason, another guy that we kind of talked about. I mean, Aaron Jones, he's old. And you saw what he didn't do anything last year when any time that it was red zone time, he was a no-show. I know from experience having him being in a bunch of situations where he could have put up points and it was just non-existent. So, that obviously last year, his first year on the team, maybe they're trying to get him right. I think they go away from that this year and giving money to like a guy that Jordan Mason, he's a guy that put up numbers on, he was in a similar running scheme. So it's not like there's a learning curve there. And he's just a big dude. You know what I'm saying? So with the emphasis more on, I would assume the emphasis is more on the running game now, having a rookie under center with JJ McCarthy. I just feel like there's going to be more of an emphasis on the running game. And if there's more of an emphasis on the running game, I don't think Aaron Jones is somebody that's going to hold up, especially with his age and body type.
I
Give
like
me
that.
Jordan Mason, somebody that he's gonna be waiting there, just waiting for a shot. And I think once he gets a shot, it's kind of over with. Um, so number
I
three,
like that.
Love it.
we're gonna go to Duval with Tank Bigsby.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Didn't they just get a running back too?
They
Oh, no.
drafted one, yes.
It changed.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got who they got again?
Yeah, I mean, I know they drafted. Yeah, they drafted Tootin, Basel, Tootin,
Yes.
something like that.
I don't know, man. Tootin might be the one out of all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
for what you're saying, Bigsby's the handcuff. But Tootin might
Right,
be the one.
Right. There's a possibility. You darn
The
tootin'.
handcuff to the handcuff.
You darn tootin'.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. The handcuff to darn Tootin.
Like when they connect the handcuffs to get you.
I had to say it twice. I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure."
Wait, what was
I'm
that?
pretty sure it was decent.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was decent. I had to go with it twice.
All shucks and darn
I'm
tootin'.
glad you did. Thank
wrong.
you. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I just feel like, you could try to do this ATN stuff anytime. Like it was a big
Right,
moment.
right.
It just feel like he like came up small, fumbling the ball at all.
Every time.
Yeah, so
Every time.
I'm sure they're dying to go. And it's not. This isn't this isn't the front office that drafted him. So
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
Bigsby will get if they don't believe if Etienne gets hurt or if he's just ineffective, Bigsby's gonna be the guy who gets the shot
Right.
before
Yeah.
Tootin.
yeah.
Yeah, and Etienne is a small back, so you got to go Bigsby.
Yeah, and if they try to like
That
put him
was
out,
a little. That
split
was a
him out
bar.
and
That was
stuff
a
like
bar.
that.
I didn't catch
No, I got it.
it, but it's alright.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Feel me?
I got it. You got another one, or
Okay. So
okay.
now I was waiting on the next one. I'm trying to go fast with you. I'm trying to write the next
All
one
right.
with you.
So number two, Trey Benson. It just feels like James Conner is always getting banged up at some point during the season. I think that Benson is as opposed to other years where there was kind of like a stable of maybe RB2s, that they kind of had to say they had Michael Carter, they had Emiliano, whatever, the nigga from Telemundo.
Yes, my
Oh,
man, Walter Mercado.
Yeah, there we go. But I feel like now Benson is the clear RB2, which is going to come into play when inevitably James Conner goes out for some reason. I mean, the style of football that Conner plays is a rugged type of football, and that doesn't mesh well with the age and his size.
No,
So
wait,
I just
hold
feel
on a
like
second. I need to understand something though, because you said one thing that I disagree with. Because I won't stand for this disrespect. Why are you disrespecting Michael Carter? Is it because he was a former Jet and you feel hurt? Is that what it is? Why is Michael Carter getting disrespected this way?
because even if he's even in a situation if he's RB2 now, right? With James Conner RB1, if RB1 goes down, I still feel like Michael Carter's RB2. Because just at his size, he can't take
Did
like
you say
any
that how you
time that he
he's
got
still RB2 even if he goes down. I
Right.
see. Okay.
yeah,
He's a
because
third down back.
he's a good change of pace and third down back. You know what I'm saying? It's like anytime that I'll go obviously from the experience with the Jets. Anytime that he got his chance to be RB1, it just kind of like it just didn't work. He was way more productive as a running as the other running back. The change of pace like back,
Now,
as opposed to the
I
workhorse.
have a question.
fair enough.
Now Benson, you say that primarily because injury to Connor. You say that more primarily because he did something last
Well,
year. Like
because
what?
I
What
mean,
is?
he was a high, he was a high draft pick last year,
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
and
But he didn't really shine to me. Like I was waiting for that to happen, and I really feel like I like more of the guys on the list. Like I would probably have put him more back because I didn't really feel like that from Benson. Like I don't feel like if I give him the carries, is he gonna produce? Do you feel that way? Is that I missed something?
I feel like he's let's use the example of Michael Carter. Michael Carter, even from when he was in college, he was RB2,
Right.
like a very good, like RB, Javante Williams, like Thunder and Lightning type thing. I think Benson is more built like a person who
For it.
can
Right.
handle RB1 responsibilities. And if he's
No, I
bad,
agree.
okay, that's something totally separate. But I'm just going off like he's going to get the opportunity
Oh,
to
okay.
show to you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like he's going to be the RB1 unless he shows that he's not good.
Got you. So you're not really factoring if he's gonna be productive or not. You're just saying the
No,
opportunity to
no,
be.
no. I'm just
I
like the
got you.
person. Yeah, and if he's good, if he's good,
Right.
I feel like he's going to be really good and take advantage of most of the opportunity when Connor, if and when Connor is out.
Well, it's because
And
we
number
know
one,
that my guy Johnny G only drafts killers, and he didn't draft James Conner. He drafted Benson. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah,
Right. There you
Yeah.
go. Murderer, literal murderer.
no, I mean, you can't argue with facts, buddy. Um, and he took the bus, and he took
Oh yeah,
he took the
that's
bus
it.
to practice too.
Yes, he did.
Just
Send it over.
yeah, yeah, a fire in his gut. Number one, Quinshawn Judkins. I know he had some kind of issues.
Who's starting over?
Who's the starter in Cleveland? Who's the starter there?
Or Jerome Ford.
Nick Chubb's not there no more, right? Judkins is
Jerome
the starter.
Ford. Oh, he's ranked lower than
Yo, you got
Ford.
so many fuzzy, furry handcuffs. You don't even know what a handcuff is anymore. Judkins he's a handcuff?
This one
would have
He's
been
not a handcuff. Come on. Who's the starter there? Who's he handcuffed to? Shador Sanders?
Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford. Come on, man.
Ford, I don't know.
Jerome in the house.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
At some point Kareem Hunt's gonna be there.
You think so? I think Kareem Hunt is more closer to a handcuff in Cleveland than Judkins.
Kareem Hunt should be in handcuffs. That's a totally separate list. Kyle.
Right, that's a different kind of handcuff list. Most likely to be in handcuffs by the end of the season. Tyreek Hill.
Anybody on the Chiefs?
Ex-Chiefs. Yeah, right. All these Chiefs players.
Yo, that's a good question. Most likely to
Right,
be
though.
in handcuffs by the end of the season. That's a good question. No, I think Rasheed Rice. Or did he just
I thought
beat
that's
it?
what
He
he-
just beat it though, right?
He beat it. I think he beat it. I think that's what I thought. That's where you were going when you said handcuff shit. That's why I didn't get it. So I didn't get it because you always saying those
Yeah.
borderline.
All right, no, but finish. I interrupted you.
the-
Make your case for Judkins. I'm sorry.
I mean, just a rookie, fresh opportunity at first, and like this whole Cleveland offense, I feel like it's gonna go downhill very dramatically at some point, and I think the RB1 is no matter what situation, the RB1 is going to find a way to put up points one way or another. So I don't know. I just think, if they go into mode where it's like, okay, when they go into that mode where it's like, okay, the young players got to play, and we're pretty much tanking. I just feel like, that's the guy who's gonna take
Yeah.
who's gonna take the wheel. And we've seen like the type of offense that they run when it's a run first offense with Nick Chubb and everything. So
Well,
just
hold
give
on a
me,
second.
I feel like
Hold
he
on a
can.
second. We've seen what type of offense they run, but I don't know if we can base any of our expectations of what the Browns' offense is going to look like based off of anything we've seen in the past. I don't know what kind of running game they're gonna have. I don't know
I,
what kind of passing game they're gonna have. We've seen the Browns have success on the ground in the past with Nick Chubb and fucking Baker Mayfield. I don't know what the fuck to expect
yeah,
from
Yeah.
the Browns this year.
And not,
yeah,
and
but I
not to
mean,
take away
eh,
not to take away from Jerome Ford, he put up numbers when he needs to, but I think Jenkins is the better running back
Jerome
right now.
Ford is not the starter in Cleveland. I don't know what Flex is doing with that
No,
list.
but
He don't
even
even
if he
believe
was,
what he
because
just said with that
no,
list.
because
He don't
if
believe
they
that.
get even if they give it to him because he's been there longer and he held it down for them for a while. Even if they feel loyal to give him the number one spot, he's not the best running back. I don't think in that team.
But that's not the question. He
I
wasn't saying who's the
I
best
know, I know.
running
I'm just
back. It was the handcuffs.
saying that. I just I know. Right, right,
But
right. I'm just
Flex
saying
doesn't
that
believe that
I'm just
list.
saying that.
well,
He
I'm gonna
doesn't
be,
believe the list that he gave
I'm
you
gonna
because
be,
right now, if I
I'm
asked
gonna
him
be paying
right now
attention.
if I asked him if Braylon Allen is a better handcuff than all those guys, he can't. He will be a fool to say no. So the list is trash. Don't even think about it. It's over.
Well,
100% Braylon
because
That's
Allen is a better
hurtful.
handcuff than literally everyone he just named. So let's stop that.
no, I don't know. I mean,
Flex, stop. Don't embarrass yourself. You've already done enough. Please. I'm trying to protect you.
well, because Braylon Allen already has a handcuff as well. You can't have a handcuff and a handcuff
What are you talking about?
because this is like going back to the situation, like what you
Braylon
said
Allen is the handcuff to Brees
with
Hall. Do we understand what a handcuff is in fantasy football
yeah,
running
but
backs? Do we
Isaiah
understand the
Davis is the
parameters
hand.
and the rules that we're talking about here?
Is Isaiah. I was
Did
trying
we
Isaiah that
redefine running back
Isaiah Thomas
handcuffs in fantasy football
Isaiah
and I
Davis.
missed it?
Isaiah Davis is Braylon Allen's handcuff. Can't
What
have a
does that have to
handcuff
do
that
with
has a
anything? He's a
handcuff.
third stringer. Braylon Allen is the handcuff to Brees Hall 100%, and he is a better handcuff than every single guy you just named on the list. And it's not inarguable. Stop it. Stop. Please.
Tomato, tomato.
No, it's not tomato, tomato. Stop it. I don't know why you just did all that when you don't even believe in that. So, please. We know you don't believe that. It's okay, but you don't believe that. You know
It's
that
my
Braylon
list.
Allen is a far more valuable handcuff than everybody you
I
just
like the
named.
list. He
But
didn't want to be a
anyhow,
homer. But I do like the list though. I do like the list.
Agent Zero.
The number ones. But besides that, I like the list.
I don't know what the list was, but we appreciate it nonetheless. I just don't know. Maybe I'm confused as to what a running back handcuff is, but I'll do research on that. I'll figure it out by next week, so I make sure I understand what a fantasy football running back handcuff is.
Yeah.
And until then, do we have anything else? Is that it?
That is it.
That's it. But next week we're gonna have these things ready, and
So-
we're gonna have we got a big we're gonna have a whole big slate of preseason games to talk about next week. You're gonna be locked
we
in,
got-
right?
Yeah, if we're not locked out, I tried
Jackson
to put the fucking the Baltimore and the Baltimore game, and it says I'm blacked out in my area.
Oh wow.
I gotta figure out how I'm gonna watch these
Yeah,
games.
why
man. I
is
gotta
that?
pick.
That would
What
be
y'all
weird.
going with?
Not even the local team. That's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Y'all going with the YouTube shit?
Nah, I don't do that. I don't ever do that.
Nigga, I don't even know. Nigga,
I go with Stream
I got
East.
the,
That's what I
I
go.
gotta do something.
yeah.
My shit don't work no more.
Did you try Davies?
My shit.
What what happened to the what happened to the antenna you had? Didn't you get an
Me?
antenna?
Yo, yeah, but I trashed that shit a while ago. I ended up doing the Stream East and all that shit, but
Yo, get one of them
that Stream
unlocked
East been dead
joints.
since like the playoffs type shit. It was acting crazy during the Knicks playoffs type shit. And
Oh,
I
nah, my
just
stream
didn't.
east was fire, man.
And
HD,
then I can't even
clarity.
watch the
Oh, it was
boxing.
great.
Yeah, you got to send that shit to me. I've been missing the boxing matches because of it and all that.
You've been missing the boxing
Yeah.
matches? You didn't get to see Jake Paul? Oh, man, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't watch that. I wouldn't watch it.
Yo, Cheeks, I'll put you on so you could get this shit. I get the you just gotta get the new new fire stick TV joint,
Okay, whatever it is,
and
man,
then
put
I'll
me
give
on
you
because I'm about to
you
pay
just
that
send them.
YouTube shit.
I think it's like 90 or either 90 or 110 for the year. And the shit has all the movies. You don't even have to, you don't you could do reviews
From
from
the
the
crib,
couch. You
live.
know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then it has all the football games. It has um like it has all the fights and all that shit.
That's
So
yeah. I'm
I don't
gonna
know. I mean,
definitely
up to you. I you
let's
know like
do it.
I could
Send me all that. I'm gonna do all that. That sounds
just
crazy.
yeah.
Cause I'm about to do I was about to do YouTube shit on some fucking shit like that. I'm not trying to miss games
Nigga,
this year,
I have
bro.
so much fucking
Anyway,
All right, and
I
the
have so
last
much
thing
shit.
before I
It's
forget, I
crazy.
wanted to ask you: so the
um,
guy in Jacksonville who the cops punched through his window and snuffed him. That's your man? Yes or
right,
no?
right.
Damn.
Nah, it's not. But I
The
feel for
cops
him
were
though.
your mans.
Nah, my man.
Damn.
No, neither one of them niggas is my man. I leaned towards the young man that was punched in the face, but they was out there protesting like 6 deep. I was like, damn, I wish I could just send a couple dudes to help out. That shit look weak. Yo,
When I
the
saw that
protest
was
out
in
here.
Jacksonville, I thought
It was
about you.
Yo, the
a nigga
protest
had
out
a
here.
UNICEF for
Yo, I'm
protest.
telling you right now, the protest out here for brown and blacks, yo, weak, son.
Now listen, but
Nigga, that's because they're
Jared Goff is my
traps.
man. That's why Jared Goff is my man, bro. That's why he's my man.
I gotta tap in. I gotta tap in.
When I
I've been
seen
doing a lot
Jared
of binge
Goff is
watching on.
putting black kids through school, yo, I was like, yo, this is my guy. This is my guy.
Yeah, he's the
Fuck
man.
with Jared
Yeah.
Goff.
The
It's
little clips
Very,
that I saw, he was the man.
Say again?
very different from Matt Stafford and his wife.
Yeah.
No, I said the little clips that I saw from him on episode 1, I was like, yeah, Golf is the man. I did remember. I did when you were saying, I was like, I don't remember feeling like that.
He's
when I
ill
watched.
by not being ill at all. Like he's not
Right,
ill.
right,
He's
because
not
he's not
cool.
trying
He's
to
a
be nothing.
corny
He's
type of
not.
dude,
Yeah,
but
He's
he's
comfortable in his own
very
skin.
much
That's what I was
himself.
trying to say.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm
Anyway,
Team Jared Goff, but all right.
let's get out of
Anyway,
here.
until next
Man.
week, we'll have some more betting advice and more lists cooked up. Word Life, we need a list. We need a Word Life list. WLL.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it could be the.
Is that a Lindor hat or is that Nas?
No, but I got to get the fucking
funny.
the Kodai Senga hat. That shit is fire. You seen that shit? The
Nah.
fucking ghost holding
Nah,
the
I didn't.
baseball. Yo, you haven't seen that shit?
Oh yeah. I have seen that in the crowd.
That shit's
Nah,
fire.
that sounds.
I gotta get
crack.
that shit. That shit is fire.
That sounds crazy. Nah, that's nice, nigga. You ain't see these?
Mm.
No, I
Melo
seen
had
that
it.
before.
Yeah,
I think Carmelo Anthony had that hat on in one of the.
yeah, he did. He
One of the
did.
joints.
He made him. He made him. I think he made him. He made this.
Yeah, but Carmelo Anthony puts a lot of hats on that shouldn't be worn.
That shouldn't be worn. Interesting.
Well, this
I gotta
shouldn't
look
be
back at what
cool.
hats he's worn, and
Right.
and
I thought-
figure
I
out
think-
which
I
of
think you're
those
getting
hats
confused with Cam.
Flex thinks he shouldn't be wearing.
Well, he did. No, he
You talking
did
about
it. He
Cam
did it.
Newton, nigga. I think you're
He
getting
had a
confused.
couple Cam Newton moments back a little while.
He didn't.
back,
Yo,
but he
don't
also-
tell me that he did
he
not
had the
have
new-
Cam Newton moments.
No,
The
Oh.
polo
no, well,
hats,
not that
them
far.
polo
You know what I'm
fucking-
saying? But also the New York, the New York Yankees with the Mets joint.
Oh yeah, I
You
don't
can't
like
come
that
back
one.
from
Joe Budden was just wearing that. I didn't like that.
You can't come back. From
But the
that.
only
Sorry.
reason Joe Budden was wearing is because he can't wear the Wu. He can't wear the Wu Mets one because he fucking got punched by Wu. So that's the only reason why.
Well, he's also from New Jersey, so you know.
There you go. You won that one. I can't come back on that one.
Joe Budden's your man, though, is he not?
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
like- yeah,
I feel
I
like
like
I
Joe,
got
yeah.
into a
But
lot of
I don't-
arguments back in the day. Maybe it was with Blancs about how great people thought Joe Budden was great, and I felt like the Lone Ranger, thinking he's alright, but
Well, I
lot
feel like
of
most
people.
people feel that way about Joey. Yeah, I feel more.
I feel like everybody from Queens loved Joe Budden. Did he have some
Yeah, he
like
had a lot of.
Did
He
he
had
have
a.
some
Well,
Queens?
you got to look at his ties. He's first of all he was raised in Queens before he went to Jersey, and then he got signed by.
Do you listen to the
Okay, so I'm not
podcast?
bugging.
I don't. I try to, but it's too much new shit there for me. But
No, I listen
you
to
know,
it a lot.
Joey's a
That's
smart
just
dude,
mad funny, yo. That like
though.
ever
He's a
since they
smart
added
nigga.
Queens Flip and
I'm
Marco
about to
Mount
just
Hill,
say,
that's just
yeah,
mad funny, yo. These niggas be fighting, they be
yeah.
cracking me up.
Queens Flip is because Queens Flip and Joe Button, the nigga that put Joe Button on, are like cool from the same part of
Yeah,
Queens, and
yeah,
then
and this and
Blue
Kiss's son is
Blue.
on there too.
Oh, is he? Desert Storm was also Joe Button was on Desert Storm, which was cool shit. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of Queens.
All right, so I'm not bugging then. Like I just always felt that he had a lot of like a lot of backing from people from Queens
Nah,
that I
one
knew and
thousand
shit.
percent, 1,000%.
All right, peace to the people.
Anyway, peace.
All right, doggies.
All right,
Holla.
fellas.
All right,
Yo, Flex, send me that.
Stream is dead.
Yeah, yeah.